Hi there, this is Shubham Mittal from Decipher Technique. Today we are going to learn about the representation of discrete time signals. In the previous lectures, we have seen what a discrete time signal is, and we have also reviewed the concepts of signals and systems. We have seen the representation of discrete time signal as a graph. On the right hand side, you can see this graph which denotes n, which is the sample number, and xn, the amplitude, is dependent upon the sample number. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 samples of the signal, and the corresponding values are 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2. So this is the graphical representation. It was the basic representation which tells us the corresponding amplitudes of the signal xn at every instant n. So it denotes a discrete time signal xn as a function of an independent variable, that is an integer. It should be noted that in between these values 1, 2, 3, the non integer values like 1.5, if I were to find the value of xn at 1.5, it is simply undefined. It is not equal to 0, it is undefined. So this was the first representation we saw in the previous lectures. But the most common representations are three. One is functional representation, then tabular representation, and sequence representation. The functional representation aims at representing the signal as a function. Here is an example of a function xn which is -1 for negative values of n, and 2 for n is equal to 0, and +1 for all positive values of n. So how will this function look like as a graph? Let us sketch it. At n is equal to 0, its value is 2. For all positive values of n, it is equal to 1. And for all negative values of n, its value is -1. This is +2, this is -1. So this is the value 1, 2, 3. This is how xn looks like. For the same function, the tabular representation will be like this. Here we make a table. On the top row, we are representing the integer value n, that is coming from negative values -2, -1 up to 0, then 1, 2, 3, and so on. And xn is taking the values of -1 for negative values of n, and value is equal to +2 for the origin, and the value of +1 for all positive values of n. Then comes the sequence representation. The sequence representation aims at telling all the sample values by filling inside these curly braces, and we denote the origin. This is the origin, this is the origin. So we denote the origin by an arrow. Here xn is the same we used in the previous examples. So these are the three representation of the same function, and it is the fourth one. Let us see another example where xn is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's say we have pivot at 4. So it is equal to n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, and 2, and 3, and it is n is equal to -1. So this is a case of finite duration signal, and it was a case of infinite duration signal. So these are the three most common representations we will be seeing in the subsequent lectures. Hope you have understood it, and we will be using it more frequently in the subsequent lectures. Thanks for watching this video.